Second semifinal of the third qualifier for the X Cup Winter. Team Ash against Hype. Let's go. Dragonshire, our first map in the best of 3 series. Kind of excited for that. I gotta say, by the way, like, I don't know, we haven't really talked about this, but especially the people that watch this on YouTube or anything, I'm honestly really hyped for 2022. I really think this is going to be an awesome year. For esports in particular, because I also think that we're going to get finally some information about the new RTS title, the esports RTS from Frost Giants. So I'm pretty happy about that because they've been doing really well interacting with the community right now, and I think that game has a lot of potential. I would love to cast an RTS again as well. Same time, this should be a really good sports year for me too, with cycling and everything. So like, I don't know what you guys think, but I think 2022 is going to be pretty awesome. I'm really looking forward to it, not gonna lie. 2021 I was always a little bit on the fence, but this year I think it's going to be real good. Good start into the year already, at least for me personally. And well, here we go. We have our more esports content for Years of the Storm as well. Here in Dragonshire, we have no Stukov ban this time, but we actually get a ban on Uther, so no double support plays from Team Hype. Yeah, so we have actually Rexa, Junkrat. There's a lot of picks that are still here, but with Stukov not being banned, it doesn't shock that Renella takes the opportunity right off the bat and locks him in. So the Admiral is in. And now for Team Hype. What is their play here? Baby Houdini, by the way, some of you have already figured out, and we talked about this, that the boys that usually play for Ending for Ruby have split on several other teams. The main reason for that is that apparently some of the players of Ending for Ruby, a team that still exists, they can't play this season, this month, in the X Cup qualifiers reliably, so they decided that they would just, you know, spread out a little bit and participate with different teams in the qualifiers. And Baby Houdini is currently playing, at least for today, on the side of Team Hype, but we already saw Fish and Hat playing for a different team too. Now, again, Ending for Ruby still exists, but at least for this season they couldn't play, and there's that. So Blaze and Dehaka, that's what starts us off. Immediate questions, of course, if Blaze is going to be played as a main tank. And here is Rexa for Morenas. Now, I really like what Team Ash is so far drafting, because they have Rexa at the top lane. We got Stukov. They just need a good tank that can help him to set up kills. Muradin on this map can be nice. Depends a little bit on the bans, of course, and what else is being picked here. But yes, we'll see. There's the Garrosh ban, okay. I really want to know, I mean, Blaze main tank, honestly, I don't really think that it's all that great. If you play it, maybe an Infernal, but generally speaking, I'm not really a fan of Blaze main tank. So I want to know if they're going for an actual tank, or if they're really going to try with that particular combo that they're currently running here. Because I'm not quite sure if that can work for them. Now, if they want to do that, then at least running something like a triple melee might change things a little bit, but I guess it's time to find out what exactly their game plan is here with the next 2 picks incoming. Vala was banned, so it's already a bit of a question of what are we seeing as damage. There's Anduin and Lunara. Okay, Lunara for damage, Anduin for the heals. Okay. Mitra and Denado are the 2 that are still left. But yeah, let's see. I mean, they need the main tank too. As I said, Muradin, Varian with Stukov, but Varian Anduin is always a little bit of a thing. But yeah, I can play Muradin here. And it's the Varian option. Varian and Genji, both the Shimada brothers for them. They have Varian. Anduin is, of course, going to play the cooldown battle with him now. Whenever the taunt comes out, Varian is going to try to pull the target out, if need be. But the moment of truth, Modcheck, last one to pick for Team Hype here on Dragonshire. Our first map in this best of 3. And what's the play? Triple melee, I'm calling it. Mephisto. Blaze Dehaka, Lunara, Mephisto. Alright. Not quite what I thought they would go for, but let's see if it works for them. Dragonshire, Team Ash against Team Hype. Guys, let's go. The first map in the best of 3 series here at the semifinal. Renella on Stukov for the blue team as we're heading into the first map of the best of 3 series. Maitrai on Genji, we got Morenas on Rexa, Bishops on Hanzo, and Enado is playing Varian. On the right side of the map, Team Hype with Noven on Blaze, Cloudy Stroy on Lunara. We got Freaks on Anduin, Modcheck on Mephisto, and Baby Houdini on Dehaka. Now, Baby Houdini's Dehaka is pretty good. But as I said, I am personally not a fan of the Blaze main tank. I never was. Now, when the hero was released, some of the HGC teams back then were experimenting with it and they didn't really like the results and how it felt, so they stopped doing it. After that, he got changed and was a bit more reliable as a possible main tank. Lauber, for example, uses him occasionally and did back then when the change came through, particularly on maps as, for example, Infernal Shrines. But lately we don't see a whole lot of that, and for good reason. That, on the other hand, was a perfect one. That was beautiful. That was a nice track and showcased again how strong Baby Houdini can be in these situations. So that was solid. That was the early kill in the game. Might try has also be put under pressure. Now, the start at least, pretty good for Team Hype. And now the question, what can... I mean, he has to catch up at the top lane. So Rexa is already on his way. Again, the reason why Rexa is so good on this map. It's actually kind of fascinating how many people always misunderstand when I say that Rexa wins these lanes. Doesn't mean that Rexa is the best 1v1 character in the game, but on this specific one, because of how the objective is structured, that's why he wins that lane. Because he can split into two, he can control both the experience on lane and the shrine with Rexa. That's why normally you have rotations towards the top to try and deal with that. In the past, it was Genji that did a lot of this. And it's all for the camps here. But Team Ash is getting a bit better. And again, Team Ash is a bit of a different iteration of the team. Right now, their acronym actually stands for "Oh shit, here we go again," which is, as it seems, also a bit of a meme. But at the same time, in the past, it was Arthur's Stroidram. Arthur's builds a temple, that's what the acronym stood for. And there were a lot of different versions of that team. But right now, they are the ones trying once again to make the team happen here. And they've had some decent result in the first 2 qualifiers. They're definitely aiming for one of the top 8 positions within the standings to make sure that they can participate in the playoffs. Level 4 talents are ready. And that, of course, don't tell me he can sneak this. The minion wave destroyed it. No freaking way, he gets it. Okay, 2 minutes in, Team Hype doesn't pay attention, and that's an easy one. First, Dragon Knight positions himself at the side and is already drawing 2 heroes into the mid lane. Bit of an ass kicking against Blaze. Mephisto gets killed thanks to the taunt. They're already moving straight into the middle to potentially lock down Lunara. But yeah, that shouldn't have happened. They did not pay attention there at all. Dehaka for a moment was trying to interrupt and then went back to the top lane. So now it's 1 kill for 1 and they keep that. Now they should have probably kept the Dragon Knight alive a bit longer, but they already did all the work at the gate, so they have at least accomplished that. Here's the combo, and that's another kill. The taunt into the Stukov lurking arm. The stun from Rexa and Misha, and then the damage. Kill number 2 for Team Ash, and they are doing well. Oh, yeah. And they go, of course, for the camp. I mean, right now they got a numbers advantage of the map. That's a perfect opportunity to go down to the bot lane and lock in the Bruiser's camp. As close as they were to it already. At the top, Morenas is still doing his thing. But this is a bit of an annoying one for Team Hype, to say the least. Because they started things off with a kill and actually did quite a well. And now this happened and they are on the back foot. Just a little bit, but again, they are. They lost some structures in the mid lane. Now, as a result of this Bruiser camp taken, they will likely lose 1 tower at the bottom, or at least it will be insanely low. In the mid lane, even more damage is coming in, and that drops Mephisto. Seems like at least they're going to get a counter kill, and yes, that happens. Rexa is gone. But Baby Houdini isn't out of this just yet. Yeah, he's trying to go for the burrow. Has to pop the essence too, but he's low. Gets the drag. Nicely done. Bishop's in trouble, and they make it out. Or do they? Because here comes the stun. Genji is zipping away with a swift strike. But I gotta admit that it was a nice play from Team Ash. Good counter from Team Hype. And then the escape from the blue team was also quite solid. So we got a nice game on our hands here for the first map between the two teams. They're going pretty much toe-to-toe with what they have here. I like that. Objective is, of course, spawning again, but even the siege giants are stolen away here, so that's good. And the question is more so who locks in the second Dragonite. Slight structural advantage now for Team Ash, no doubt about it. But let's go. All the way up at the top, Morenas. He's already pushing the lane out, and again, Dehaka finds himself now in the spot where he has to figure out what he wants to do. Either he needs to take the experience globes, or he takes the objective. He can't take both. But Baby Houdini, he has a homing missile at the tip of his tongue, honestly. Every time that guy throws out one of those tongue drags, he lands them. It's kind of bonkers. Bot lane, where's the engage? There it is. No taunt yet. They were trying to make a play for Anduin. I mean, nothing should be easier for Varian than taunt Anduin. I mean, it's so damn easy. You just go in, your mom never loved you. Or I never loved you. You were always a disappointment. If as Anduin you're not triggered there, then I don't know what it is. But they are playing this insanely well. And they not only get the kill on Stukov, but they're also getting a kill on Varian. So what started out as a flank attempt by Team Ash turns against 2 kills, maybe even 3 now, against the blue team, and they are really suffering. That's 5 kills to 3. Dragonite has also been taken, and things are starting to get dicey. So, yeah. Well, Dragonite has actually not been taken. Sorry. Was that a UI bug? I thought that showed that Anduin wasn't the Dragonite. I actually thought they snuck it in. But they can do that now, especially as they're also going for a kill against our boy Rexa. He's dead as well. So yeah, Rexa is dead. And that's 6 kills, 2-3. So this entire game is all of a sudden starting to spiral out of control a bit. Team Ash is... I mean, it was a bit of a weird one. The initial kill went to Team Hype. They had a slight advantage. Then Team Ash turned it around with some really nice kills and a Dragonite that they stole. And now all of a sudden we're having Team Hype reversing all of that and doing a great job at pushing the bot, the mid lane. They took one of the forts down. They have a big lead in kills. They are ahead by the entire level. The arrow, on the other hand, could turn it now, but after the taunt, it's again Anduin that saves the day. This time for Mephisto. And here they come again. Oh, my try is low! And that could be a kill. Nah, but they can't drop him. But it just seems that these sustainable fights are not going well for Team Ash. Maybe now a kill. They go for... Oh, they can't take him. They go for Blaze and they can't take him. But it's again Baby Houdini with another drag connect. This time against Stukov, and it leads to one more kill. Baby Houdini. He gets another one. What the fuck? Like, this guy is just crazy. I swear to God, this guy is bananas when it comes to that. They are killing Hanzo to 9 kills to 3. Genji is also in trouble at the top side. They want to go for control again. Genji dies and they move into the middle. 13 to 11. Holy hell. Baby Houdini with that tongue. It's incredible. All the girls say so. And Team Ash as well. They know. They know. They've been on the receiving end plenty of times now. Now, well, they take at least one of the shrines at the bottom. Top side, we have one claim too. But yeah, Dehaka, he is just carrying some of these fights. That man can do things with his tongue that nobody else outside of Wubi achieved so far. Yeah? God, they would have gotten that one as well. Can you imagine? So now we have 10 kills to 3 and level 14 to 12. Crazy. Yeah. Team Ash hasn't given up on this yet. Another connect. Did he miss one so far? Can that man... I mean, he missed the isolation. He missed that. Can't hit them all, I suppose. But, yeah. So Dehaka already on his way down to the bot lane. Get all those shrines. Get that Dragonite. Level 13. They got it. Genji is moving for mod check again. He wants to pressure Mephisto, but the stun connects and Morenas is dead. Morena's down. The arrow misses. Might try also just trying to get away. Yeah, Anduin is finally dead, so at least they got him. But I'm not sure if they can get more here. They're trying, but they are outnumbered at this point. Dragonite has already been claimed by Dehaka in the middle of the map. They're still trying to get another kill, but they just can't. 12 kills to 4. 2 levels ahead, nearly level 16 now. Bot lane gets pressured by the Siege Giants. Dragon Knight is in the middle and is making the play here. But boy, that is some serious work that's being done by Team Hype. I did not expect that. Really didn't. Team Ash, they played some good qualifiers already, some great matches. And that they get absolutely outclassed in the mid-game like this is something that I didn't have on my bingo card. So the game isn't over, and comebacks are always possible here. But that is one hell of a performance in the mid-game by Team Hype. The red team with amazing plays here. Misha is down. We got the accelerated contamination for Lunara. More Skull Missile talents also dropping for Mephisto, who should by this time also lead the charts in damage. Yes, 37,000 for him. So Mephisto is bringing the pain, which will likely continue once that he has his level 20 that they're working towards now. All the forts have been destroyed. They're trying to get the kill on Stukov, but he's still bunkering it up. Endurance of Hate, another stun. The arrow against Mephi. Oh, Varian is nearly dead, but the kill against Blaze is there. Anduin is doing what he can. They're trying to go for Stukov, and they can kill him, but Lunara is also down, and it seems like Mephisto might fall too. They want him, and they get him, and they get the camp too. All of a sudden, it's comeback time, baby. All of a sudden, they're going for the comeback. They kill 4 heroes. They only lose 1. They get the camp that Team Hype was trying to steal, and now they are on level 16 as well. Even talents, the move into the mid lane, trying to destroy some of the forts here on the other side. With the camp, they can also push the top, which is exactly what Morenas on Rexa is doing now. Baby Houdini gets taunted. But they can't. They don't have the damage output right now. Or at least a follow-up on the taunt that would allow them to connect the damage. But yes, we seriously have a match on our hands, don't we? So here we go. We got the hit for the Siege Giants. They get the camp. No problem. Oh, Misha is blocking the engage. And the camp gets destroyed. But also up at the top, at least one of the towers is going to fall here. The gate has also been annihilated. One fort is gone. But now it's time to try and bring this back for Team Ash. Nice back and forth. Really good back and forth match between the two. And it's camp time again. Can say whatever you want, but Team Ash is doing a very solid job at exploiting advantages when they have them. Taking all of the camps again, stealing everything away, getting a few more globes together for Rexa too. We're at the 12-minute mark and he hasn't completed his level 4 talent yet. Once that's the case, the extra hit points are definitely going to do some work too. Next objective, also going to be quite important here. Nobody moving towards the top yet. They're currently on their way. Another tower maybe to fall, but at least they are opening these forts up a little bit. So yeah, but once that they have the extra armor here, not hit points, armor, for Rexa, it's going to help him and Misha to stay alive at least a bit. Especially Misha, of course. Unstoppable frames are already in, dodging out on the stun. And in this case, also another cooldown that was just burned was Mephisto, who went for the Endurance of Hate again, trying to turn it around. That's something that Team Hype has been really good at. Whenever there was an engage, if they dodge out on the initial damage, they're doing a great job on following up with some counter-aggression. Bishops is barely able to make it out of the way. I mean, that was a lot of pressure on him, especially after we had Blaze coming in with the oil spill and the fire. Then at the same time, you had Lunara with the Thornwood Vines. Renella finds himself in continuous trouble because he gets attacked just so quickly, and that's another kill. Stukov is down. How many times did he die? 4 deaths on Stukov. Rexa died a few more times. And now another pressure play for the objective by Team Hype. 2 of the shrines are in their hands, and that is Dragon Knight number 2 for them. 19 and a half. 1.5 levels of elite for Team Hype. They got that Dragon Knight and can make a play down for the bottom of the map and maybe even the first keep of the game. 50,000 damage nearly for Mephisto. Hanzo has a bit more with all of the poke damage. He's sitting at 53k, 54. They want the keep. The question is, can they get it? More importantly, they got level 20, and that means Mimic. Mimic is in, and the Forest's Wrath. Time to poke. Lunara, Mephisto, they got so much damage output now. But the defense, they're getting ready for it. Lunara's in the Dragon Knight, so she can't currently poke from a distance. But once that she pops out of the decay, the fight is not necessarily over. Another drag connects, this time against Misha. Saving her, though. And the keep is down to 50%. Seems like they are able to save it for now. Another rotation into the middle. It's just experience that they have to get. That's a big problem for the blue team. They really need to get that XP. They need to make sure that they're getting level 20 and don't take any big fights before that happens. There's not too many camps on the map that can be claimed by Team Hype. All of the lanes are pushing in now too against the blue team, so that makes it a bit easier for them to get the experience. And they're also trying to ensure that not all of their camps are stolen away by taking this as quickly as they can. In this case, they are successful, so they can take it. Minion wave is here, but it's the bot lane that is, of course, the most interesting for Team Hype since they already worked on that keep. That is a... Wait, what? Mephisto just soloed Hanzo. Mod check with a big boy play right there. Durance of Fate against Hanzo, and then he comes in and gets the kill. And now the keep is absolutely open, and maybe even the core. Mod check 1-2-1-2. Mephisto with a big play. Soloing Hanzo. That was sick. We didn't catch it completely, but I think you saw it. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. Level 20 finally on both sides, but it might be too late. The core is already starting to fall. Can they defend? That's the question. Yeah, Genji gets back. He's able to make it out of the fight. They go for Blaze and they get him. Blaze is down. The core is at 72%. Top Fort gets attacked. 69% thanks to the acid, but they are still holding tight, at least for now. So here comes the desperate attempt to bring this game back by Team Ash. It's not over yet, but a few more plays like the one that we've seen from Mephisto, and this is going to be a no-brainer. I mean, honestly, Bishop's got caught with his pants down, and that just crushed him. So now they are the ones trying to pressure the top lane by stealing some of the bruiser camps. But they really need to take more structures down. They've deleted the 2 forts at least. They have still one at the bot lane. The objective is popping up. 16 seconds until Blaze is back. So there's that. Maybe they have a chance to get a Dragonite now. And as we're already at the 7-minute mark, these guys scaling into the late game do hurt a little bit more. But this is, I mean, it's not like we're 25 minutes into the game. So if they get the Dragonite here, yes, they will do some damage. But can they take down the core? I highly doubt it. Maybe they can finally destroy that bottom fort, make a play there, but it's not going to end the game. Dragonite, bit lost here. Again, you have plenty of times on the Dragonite. That's one of the things that especially newer players always seem to forget or not realize. You have plenty of time. Make your way over, but don't YOLO the Dragonite out. You really want to get the most out of it. Worst case scenario, which is still very, very good, is you use your ability time and time again without soaking too much damage and just burn down these minion waves. That in and of itself is already a win. Here comes once again Mephi. Yeah, Mephisto, he's doing damage. Varian is already sneaking out. Sniffing out where exactly the Haka is. The fort will fall. So they are closing that gap in structures. 9 kills to 15. The only difference is that keep at the bot lane. I guess also the structural damage against the core, right? It's 32%. That's significant. Technically, you can try to go for a backdoor attempt at some point too in a situation like this. But either way, you want to go for... I was about to say the next camp, but yeah, that's not happening. That's a 40-second timer that we have there. So the Dragonite still poking a bit. They go for the taunt, and then Anduin is doing his thing. Anduin, by the way, has not gone for the double pull. He went for the inner focus instead, so no double pull by him. The thing with Anduin is that he's just really good against Daddy over here. So Anduin against Varian is just such a weird dynamic. But Anduin, he's halfway immune to the taunts of Varian. I mean, he's heard them his entire life, you know, so yeah. Drag against Misha. That's an easy hit right there. It's now another 20 seconds without Misha. Have to take that one down. Camp can be stolen there, but they can take their own on the left side. By now we have also level 22. The Haka! Okay, they want to go for it, don't they? They know that Misha currently isn't there. Go for Baby Houdini again. Oh, the tongue missing. What happened there? Baby Houdini. And Bishops is about to get soloed again. Bishops is having a rough game here. He only died 3 times, but he is a prime target. The problem is that Blaze is now down. Bunker was interrupted earlier, so there was no chance for them this time. And with Mephisto dying... Well, actually, it's Genji that dies. Mephisto falls too, but Genji is down. Still a numbers advantage for Team Ash. And they are trying to use it at the bot lane now against Anduin. Where's that taunt? Where's that taunt? My boy, Varian. I'm so disappointed. So easy to taunt Varian here. You were an accident. No! I'm your father. No! Come on, Varian. You can do better than that. I mean, honestly, if you want to taunt Varian, like, there should be some hero-specific interactions in this game, and I really think that it is an absolute... It is a crime that Blizzard never introduced that. But if you are Varian and you taunt Anduin, you should taunt him for like an extra 2 seconds or something like that. I really think that should be a thing. There should be some lore interactions. As much as I hate lore, but that's something that should be a thing. So 11 kills to 17. They're going ham on this one. And all the way up at the top, there's the next thing. Okay. Honestly, if you're Varian and you want to taunt Anduin, you also got to be a little bit careful of what you say, right? If you come in and it's like, your mom is so fat. Oops. Talking about Varian taunting, like, he got murdered here. Goodbye, my friend. Zip. Deleted. But at the same time, they got the Dragonite. So, that's a nice kick. Now, it's not going to matter, but still, that would have been funny if you could have done that earlier. Now, the thing is, with them losing Varian, it would have been a disaster if the Dragonite was still up for grabs. But since they took it at the same time, they will lose the objective, but they're not going to lose any ground on the map. So that's the good news for them. This pretty much just pushes the game to the next objective. Which also means that once we hit the next objective, it's going to hit hard, because we are already, by the time then, roughly 24, 25 minutes into the game. So yeah, there's that. Now, I would still not fight here. I would probably let that go for now. Dragonite wants to hand out another ass-kicking. Seems like Hanzo is going to go for his NFL tryout as a kicker. Wants to punt, but yeah. Careful, not like this! Not like this! Is he going to get away? No! Oh, the big slap! Yeah, Lunara just got slapped hard here. Didn't die though. They're still fighting, and now it's a 5 versus 5, so at this point they want to go back. Maybe Misha can get a stun here. The arrow got dodged. Nice! And the turnaround! Oh! Hanzo again. What a game! Hanzo again crushed by Mephisto. Modchek is going bananas in this game. Seems like Rexa might bite the dust too. Misha's the first one to fall. Maitrai already has his Dragon Blade. But yeah, they are posturing around all of this. There's the hit. I don't know why Genji was trying to commit Sudoku over here. But after his honorable Subaru, they are going for core, and why wouldn't they? Now it's a 5 versus 4, and that is the best chance that Team Hype is going to get here today. The end game #1 in their favor. 20 kills to 11. The core is being burned down as we speak. 104,000 damage by Mephisto, and that is game. Team Hype with the lead in the best of 3 series in the semi-final of the qualifier.
Before we head into game #2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Battlefield of Eternity, second map in our series, and I gotta say, Team Hype, they surprised. I doubted them on the first map. I have to apologize here. They crushed it. They absolutely crushed it. Baby Houdini did an incredible job on the Haka. Modchek played fantastic with his Mephisto. Got multiple solo kills against Hanzo. And that is not an easy feat against Bishops there. So, yeah, as it stands, our second map could be the last one in the semi-final. It's Battlefield of Eternity. And first pick, first ban goes over to Team Hype. I'm curious. I'm really curious. I really want to see what they can do here. I had Team Ash pegged as the favorite in all of this. Expected a closer game, but I still thought that they were the ones, you know, that are the favorite in the series. And right now, we got a match on our hands. We definitely do. Zavala gets banned, Rhaegar gets picked early, and they still ban Hanzo here. I mean, on Battlefield, 2 of the heroes that can do a lot of damage against the Immortal get banned. I expect that Li Ming is going to be taken eventually. Rhaegar kicks us off, which means that they're leaving Stukov up again. There's our Li Ming. And we get Blaze also. Alright. So, what is the game plan here? Are we gonna see some kind of Nuburak engage composition? Is it gonna be something a bit more sustainable? What's the damage on the Immortal in particular? That's what I'm interested in. What the game plan for that is. Muradin and Sylvanas. Okay. Yeah, a bit of a different style already. What they're showcasing here. Sylvanas, if you get the Immortal, is of course always nice. Honestly, a good Sylvanas player can absolutely murder you. So that's a fun one. I like to see Sylvanas in games. There's the Mephisto ban, by the way. Okay, that is the mod check respect ban right there. They looked at the last game and they said, fuck that. That ain't happening again. We're done with him soloing our players in the later stages of the game. So yeah, no thank you. And a late ban on Stukov, but it happens. Blaze stuns will not be followed up by the Lurking Arm. Here's a Nuburak, so yeah, it was definitely a good choice to ban Stukov. Better late than never. Denado with Nuburak, Blaze with a follow-up. Malfurion maybe even? Ana. Alright. Ana for the nano-boosted Li Ming. That leaves us with Bishops as the last pick. But let's see what Team Hype is bringing this time. We got them with a proper tank and they got the stuns. Bit more CC would be nice for the side lane. Baby Houdini could just go for the Haka again. Screw whatever map it is. Let's just go the Haka. You can pick the Haka. It's fine. Now, what is he gonna play? The Haka is, by the way, not bad here. I'm not trying to make it sound like he is. But we get Hogger and Chen. So a triple frontline this time with Sylvanas being the only range damage dealer. Seems like Baby Houdini is playing Fat Illidan for the team. And our last pick, Bishops. He is quite good on his Hanzo usually. Struggled on the last map. This time Hanzo was banned. Oftentimes falls back onto Sylvanas as a second pick. That's also another option for him this time, since the hero's already picked away. Which leaves for Team Ash as the last pick, Lunara. Alright. Lunara against Chan. Bambi could be in a bit of trouble here. Either way, game number 2. Team Ash against Team Hype. Let's go, everybody. Battlefield of Eternity, our second map in the series. Team Ash against Team Hype. The second game takes place on Battlefield of Eternity. We have Renella on Ana, Murenas on Blaze, and Denardo on Nuburak. Bishops is playing Lunara and might try on Li Ming. He's probably going to get the nano boost in 9 out of 10 times. Whereas for Team Hype, we got Novan on Moradin. Mod check this time on Hogger. From Mephisto to Hogger, that's quite the transition. Freaks on Rhaegar, Baby Houdini on Fat Illidan, and Cloud Destroy on Sylvanas. Okay, it is time to shine. And the big question, 3 maps, yes or no? Can Team Ash win this one and force game number 3? Can they recover from the first game? Or is Team Hype gonna run the show once more? We got a lot of snowball potential for the blue team, considering that they have an nano boosted Li Ming available later on in the game. But then again, what else are we getting here? For now, we got... for now, we got them at the end. This is a 2-3 split that they're running. So the bot lane gets attacked heavily with the Sylvanas play. Up at the top, though, I gotta say that Mitra and Morenas are already doing way more work on this one. It's a bit of a race that we see between the two teams. And the interesting part is that Team Ash is winning, despite the fact that the red team is running Sylvanas. So, yeah. That is not enough damage down here. Definitely not enough. And up at the top, we got Morenas and Mitra doing their thing. So here we go. The entire wall is about to fall. He won't be able to prevent that from happening, especially since Denado is slowing down Sylvanas as she rotates up. Down here, a bit more action. And Hogger is going for the camp at the bottom of the map. He's the only one that didn't rotate over. The fight continues, and it seems like Team Ash is a little bit angry. Yeah, they're a little bit mad here. They're trying to go for the kills. And Team Hype, they had to recover, but they lost a lot up here. The entire wall is gone, including the side walls. And if you compare that down to the bottom of the map, that's definitely a beneficial trade for the blue team. And they're continuing what they started. While the red team is taking both of the camps, we now all of a sudden get another attack at the bottom wall, and this time Denado is the one that together with Lunara drops another tower. So structurally, Team Ash is already pulling very heavily ahead here. Yep, Denado is moving away, and up at the top, Morenas, he has to deal with all of this, but I don't really think that he's going to have a problem there. Team Ash is getting a bit mad, it seems. At least initially, they are the ones running the show here. Taking a lot of those structures down. So I think for Team Hype, it's going to be quite important that they do well on Immortal number 1. Now, they are slightly ahead in experience, which is also interesting. We have them on level 4 with the Earth Living Enchant. Same time, Thunderburn, so double clap with the Healing Static incoming on level 13 for him now. Goes for that particular variation. No Reverberation on level 4. Not looking for that damage. Triumvirate as so often as a level 4 talent for Liming in the meantime. And with all of that said and done, the first objective is about to pop up. Camps are taken, and it's time to get the party started. So far, not a single kill in the game, but that is likely to change now. Probably focusing on the halftime show with the first rotation, and then what else are we gonna have after that? Okay, down to the bot lane. Hogger gets attacked, and he might not make it out here, but he does. Yeah, close, but he's able to make it out, and that opens up a bit of pressure play from the top lane. Sylvanas just said, alright, if they are pressuring the bottom, we are going towards the top, and this is definitely bringing them back here in structures. Helping the camp to destroy the entire wall and push it even further is fantastic for them right now. So, yeah, here we go. Cloud Destroy also has to move back, they're already working. The Immortal hit points are declining on both. We got, by the way, the Withering Flames here. Fat Illidan is already jumping in. Chen is on the heels of Anubarak. And it's nearly an even trade between the two, but a slight lead still for Team Ash. Bit more damage here. The asset of Lunara definitely helps. But who takes... They're just going for the race, as it seems. Maybe Blaze is hoping to get a stun or something. But yeah, blue team is going to win the first one. But it's not a big one. It's not a big lead. So that shield is rather small. Shouldn't hurt them too much. I mean, honestly, worst case scenario is if Fort falls. But that would already be a bit of a stretch. Then again, bot lane, the wall is nearly destroyed. We'll see what they can do here. But yeah. Level 7 talents, that's more of a concern, honestly. And it seems like Team Hype is going to hit it at roughly the same time that the blue team does. So as long as there is no window, no time frame where they can exploit a lead, they should be fine. And there it is. So yeah, we already have this all set up. Here comes the play, but that's a problem. If you have Sylvanas dying this quickly, followed by a potential Rhaegar death, yep, then you know this is gonna go way worse than it should have. Mochek likely gonna fall too. He gets dropped. That's 3 down. 3 kills, 2-1. A little bit embarrassing, honestly, for Anna that she died here too. But still, they got the 3 kills and they get the fort, and that is... I mean, this is worst case scenario, honestly. Team Ash is running this show. They have now a level lead, 3 kills to 1, and this just escalated quickly at the bot lane. And thanks to the kills that they got, they have a good shot at taking the top fort down too. Yes, Anna isn't really here, so they might have to retreat at some point, but still, they're gonna get some work done with bishops. I think they can take it, even if they don't. It's gonna be so low that they can take it at any point. So not quite sure what exactly happened here, but we got a quick pause from Team Hype. I'm not sure if anybody actually disconnected, but it doesn't seem like it. Maybe they had some problems with their communication or some hardware issues, but the situation at the bot lane was definitely quite unfortunate. Now they are the ones that need to try and bring this back. Damage output isn't really there either. Lunara did a lot of good work. And the problem that you're of course facing now is that you don't have a retreat point anymore. When the next objective is up, you can't simply retreat to a lane and go to the fountain, at least at the bot lane. And very likely the same is happening up at the top. Now, Blaze is a bit of a linchpin. If he and Chen move in and push them back, maybe they can save that fort for now. Keep in mind, Anna isn't here. That's why there's no commitment from the blue team. But they're turning it on Chen, and they're trying to get the kill here. Anna is back to business, and they might just be willing to fight this. Not quite. Good combo still from my try against Mochek, so he hits him full on and does the damage. Both of the teams are now on level 8. But structurally, the red team is now behind. Far behind. But we've seen a lot of back and forths on map number 1, so we shouldn't really call this game just yet. We don't even have level 10 abilities at this point. So, yeah. The fight that Team Ash won on the bot lane was important. But we'll see. Right now, it's a lot of melees, a lot of sustain that we got for Team Hype. Obviously, level 10 can change all of this here very quickly. There's the fort destroyed and the fountain, as you would expect. They're poking it down. If it wasn't Blaze, then it would have been Lunara. One of the two, or Li Ming. They have so much poke. Once the fort was this low, there was no saving it anymore. The problem for Team Hype is that it's also an experience advantage that Team Ash is now running on them. If that wasn't the case here, it would have been a bit easier for them to go into the next Immortal phase, but they need to get level 10 as well. And that might be a little bit tricky. Now, top side, we got Hogger already getting at least one wave, but I think they need to get the second one for that too. They're doing still some work down here at the bottom, but the gap is there. And now they're forced into the fight if they're unlucky. Yeah, Freaks is in trouble, and Rega is down just before they hit level 10. This shouldn't happen. This is too obvious. I mean, Captain Obvious called and he wants his playback. Obviously, the blue team is going to double check what's happening around the camp. They know that they're going to try and sneak it. And with Rhaegar dying, they now find themselves in a spot where it's easy for Team Ash to win the halftime show again. Rhaegar will be back, and with 5 on the map, they can now fight this, but they really have to do a number on them, or they are losing another Immortal and will, I mean, maybe not quite lose a keep, but the wall will open up. It's tricky. At the end of the day, this is a bit of a tricky spot for Team Hype to be in. It's a level 10 versus level 10 fight, so they can still make that play. There comes the Wailing Arrow. They want that hit, and they nearly get it. Shen gets attacked, needs to go for his ult, and does before he gets interrupted, which means that Anubarak is down. Anubarak gets crushed. They're trying to go for a second kill, and they get it. Morenas is also gone. Team Hype, after they lost Rhaegar and their camp, they are now in a position where they can turn it on the Immortal. With the Ancestral on the front line, they also save Muradin. The blue team still thinks that they have a chance to maybe burn down the Immortal a little bit quicker. But Shen is already there, starting to do his thing, slowing them down just slightly. And this is going to be an Immortal for Team Hype. So they're starting to find their spot in the game. Took them a while to get some momentum here, but finally they have an Immortal going for them. And they might even try to get another kill here. Denado needs to be careful, yeah? Sleep Dart was nice against Muradin, but the follow-up didn't work. But then Rhaegar, he tries to dive out, gets another heal, gets stunned again, and goes down. Rhaegar is having some trouble here, and he's not the only one. Sylvanas also dies, so Immortal or no Immortal doesn't really matter at the end of the day, because they lose 2 heroes, so they can't use the objective to push hard. Instead, the Immortal is going to do some damage to the bottom fort. But Team Ash should be able to defend this. They need more damage here. Is that Immortal going to be able to take down the... Nah. It's going to get burned down. The fort is low, but it's still in play. Now they're trying for an attack at the top, but Morenas is still fine. 6 kills to 3. Still an experience lead for Team Ash. There are glimpses of hope for Team Hype. But Team Ash is still the one that has the advantage. Level 12 versus level 12 fight. A 13 talent isn't available yet for the blue team. Oh, the jet propulsion, the stun from Anubarak. Beautiful engage. Once again, Sylvanas, the only range damage dealer for the red team, is down. So, oh, Chen survives actually. Chen survives, but Hogger is dead. Can Chen get the kill at least against Ana? And yes, he can. He gets the kill. Can he get out though? Because now all of the triple pandas are being stunned out, and he has no hit points here. And he falls. 9 kills, 2-4, level 13. Not too shabby. It's a weird series so far. A lot of fights that we have between the two teams. And at least in this game, it's mainly Team Ash that is taking those team fight victories. But every battle looks like it could turn. You know what I mean? Like every single battle that you see so far, you just think like, if he would have just been in a better position. If Rhaegar wouldn't have died early. So, yeah, this could still turn. And with the next objective being another fight where both of the teams have the same talent here, we'll see. The air is getting a little bit thinner for Team Hype though. That's definitely true. So they have to be very cautious how they play the next fight, because it might be the last opportunity that they have to fight on even footing with their opponent. They can't go for the camp. They're a little bit too late to that party, but they can go and try and get the halftime show done as quickly as possible, and currently they're looking good here. So, yep, they win the halftime show by a pretty decent amount, by the way. That's a 5,000 hit point lead that they have there. Now, the blue team obviously knows that they're going to try and go for the camp at this point. And the problem for Team Hype is that there are 2 camps now at the bottom of the map they're pushing. So, yeah, that is tricky. They're not even defending this. We already have an attack against the Immortal. And now there's the big chance for the blue team to murder them. Because the bottom lane, that's going to go for keep eventually. They need to send someone back. And it's Hogger that deals with it. But I don't think there is a way for Team Hype to lock in the Immortal. No, they're going to lose this. They even gave up on it and they just said, okay, guys, let's push it down as much as we can and just limit the damage a little bit. Rhaegar is cocooned. They want to force that fight. They can't right now. Hogger isn't here yet either. They're trying to battle this out before level 16 is there. I can absolutely understand the thought process behind it. There's the Ancestral though and Mirrodin. Hogger is pogging in. They need a win. They still have the triple pandas and they could use them now, but at the same time, Mirrodin is in trouble. And he's down as Li Ming comes in with Calamity. Li Ming gets punished for that kill though. And they're also taking Ana down. That's 2 kills. Can they get another? Sylvanas falls, but so does Blaze. Blaze is down to Lunara as well. Oh my god. I mean, kills all over the place here. But then again, you look towards the structures and you see where this is headed. Now, the keeps will most likely both still be in play after this. They are both taking damage, so does the fort at the top. But I gotta say, this is probably the best fight that Team Hype had so far, and it worked for them. They are taking damage on both keeps, but they're able to keep both of them in the play. So, I like it. I really, really like it. Down to 50% HP with the last few hits here. They keep their hopes and dreams alive. And they have level 16 now too. So now it's about level 20. Still a bit of catching up to do for Team Hype. We got the Flying Leap and the Stone Form. By the way, we got Bronzebeard Rage. No healing static. It's kind of interesting considering that he went for the double clap. Yeah, another kill attempt. The Sleep Dart. Hogger! Hogger made it out. Hogger made it out. Still trying to do a little bit of work here and slow the approach down, but as long as they can move away, that's going to be a win for them. There were a lot of cooldowns burned by Team Ash in that last fight, or at least in the attempt of forcing one. And they're able to get away from it. So now's a chance to potentially bring this back here. The camp has already been taken, but this isn't over yet. Sylvanas! Sylvanas is having a tough one. She died 5 times already, but Ana is also in trouble. Now she's able to get out, and I don't really think that Team Hype wants to fight 4 versus 5 here. So they're slowly retreating, but of course the chase is on at this point. Rhaegar cleansing this out. Mojek on the run, trying to go for the stun, and it doesn't connect, and therefore he dies. Double kill, and the chance for Team Ash to go for the keep, a chance that they are using immediately. The keep is about to be gone. They take the first one of the game. And then the only question that remains is how are they going to proceed afterwards. No play for Core. It's a bit too early. Sylvanas is also back, but with the objective spawning, I guess we know what's going to come up. They're going to make a play for the Immortal, and if they get this one too, then the second keep will fall for sure. And off we go. There's the play, straight up for the Immortal. It's still a 4 versus 5. Hogger isn't back yet. And they win that halftime show without any problems whatsoever. Easy. Easy 50%. Now, thanks to that double wave down here, the bot lane hasn't been pressured in a long time, so this is not going to become an issue. Even if they take the cap now. But there's the opportunity now for the red team to either force a fight here or to at least go for the Immortal, and that's what they're doing right now. So they're trying to burn this down quickly, as best they can, and here comes the defense. Blue team, once again, with a stun, trying to set the combo up. Sleep Dart is in too. Another stun is out. Baby Houdini, he needs the pandas and he gets them. Wailing Arrow is out. Pandas are jumping in and they're zoning Inubarak away from the bunker. Inubarak is insanely low. If they can wait for him to pop out, they will get that kill. And they go for Bambi as well. Bambi is down. Inubarak is low and dies too. They save Sylvanas and it's another double kill for Team Hype. Team Hype with a hype plays as they somehow turn that fight again. Muradin zoning the rest of the team. The victory on the Immortal is ensured at this point. Hogga goes for the bot lane to take the Shamans down. Boy, is this a series. Back and forth, time and time again. Team Hype and Team Ash, they're really fighting a game to the last. I mean, there's still this experience lead for Team Ash, but now there's a chance for Hype to close that gap and also take a fort down finally. So here we go. This game is just, this entire series, game number 1 was already a little bit insane as they just went back and forth time and time again. And now we're getting the same treatment in game number 2. I wouldn't mind seeing a third map between these two teams, but you can tell that Team Hype has different plans. Now, they're not going to end the game here, obviously, duh. If they can get the keep, that would be a dream, but even that is a bit of a stretch. As long as they do some serious damage, they're going to be fine. Catching up in experience is one of their primary objectives here, I'd say. So, yeah, the keep doesn't go down. And since 20 is so close, they don't even want to risk being here. So they just retreat, and they will wait for 20. Trying to get a little bit of damage done here with Baby Houdini down at the bottom of the map. Needs to make sure that it doesn't overstay. If he does, then he might actually get caught. And yep, Cocoon, there it is. And that was just, I mean, stupid. Don't know what else to say. That was just dumb. That was just dumb. So Chen is down and gets punished for a stupid play. Too greedy, moves down. I mean, this was telegraphed. To be fair, we see the movements on the entire map, but still, even without vision, you should have known this was coming. Inubarak forces the fight again. Chen dies for no reason whatsoever. That allows the blue team to push down for the bottom keep now, and that's what they're doing. So that was absolutely pointless. Second keep is likely gonna fall now, and that was avoidable. Yeah, that one's on you, Baby Houdini. Great plays in game number 1, also some really solid Chen play in game number 2, but a move like that, on that level, can't really afford that. Now, again, they lose the keep, they don't lose the game. But now we have level 20 for both sides. Chen will be back for the next objective, but that bot lane is now a concern. Why is that? Because that camp can be taken in 40 seconds, and that still is ready for the second half of the Immortal. So technically there's a chance your bot lane is going to become a problem. But either way, we now have... I mean, this fight is likely going to end the game. Next Immortal will likely end the game. It's 100% going to end the game if Team Ash wins it. If Team Hype wins it, they got a chance too. So there's the stun for Blaze. They already start to try and force the bunker here. Avatar has been used, now they have to fight. There's the bunker already. Lunara is poking. I mean, Bambi is doing some work here. Seriously, poking them down time and time again. Together with Li Ming, she's on the top damage now. And they're trying to engage again. Now, Muradin doesn't have Avatar anymore. There's a few cooldowns that have been used in that last engage. And, well, Chen gets caught again and is dead. And that might be all she wrote. This might be the beginning of the end. If Team Hype doesn't get a kill here somehow real quickly, then this is just lights out. And with them now losing Rega and Hogga, this is hopeless. So that will lead us to game 3. I don't see a way for them to defend here. Unless Team Ash is going for full-on brain fart, they will end this one. Sylvanas and Muradin are the only two to still defend. 17 kills, 210 right now. And Team Ash, after really struggling in game number 1 and also in stretches in the second game, they are now going for kill after kill. They want the wipe. They have the shield already destroyed. And the only survivor here is Muradin. He might make it out, but the core, the one disadvantage the core has is that it can't run. So now it's gonna get crushed. 19 kills to 10, and that, everybody, is game number 2. Victory for Team Ash. We are gonna get a third game between the two teams here in the semi-final of the X Cup Winter Qualifier number number 3. Third map, final map to figure out which of these two teams advances to the grand final. As a reward, they're going up against Team in the next round. But yeah, we have 2 of them Spider Queen, and definitely it's a battle on eye level, right? Both of the teams have been doing really well on both of the maps, and it could have flipped at any point. Map number 2, a bit more dominant for Team Ash, which also led to them winning the map. But there were always moments when Team Hype brought it back and won a team fight. But now that we're heading into this one, I think you have to ban out Mephisto early, right? If you're Team Ash, you're gonna ban Mephisto pretty quickly. Don't forget, Johanna was banned multiple times. I expect her to still be taken out here, and yes, she is. But 2 of the picks that I could totally see for Team Hype are again Dehaka and Mephisto. And I think if they are not banned early, there is a very good chance that they're gonna be taken. So, yeah, we got the ban on Bishop's Hanzo again, and there's the Blaze ban. So, Mephisto is currently up, Stukov is up, Rhaegar is up, and Dehaka is up. So, you got your first pick, and I guess you take one of the 2 supports. I guess at the end of the day, that's what you're gonna go for. They go for Rhaegar, which means that Team Ash is likely gonna lock in Stukov now. And then the only additional question is, what are they going to get with that? Could start with their bottom laner, for example. Pick the Space Goat or whatever. Maybe a damage dealer. But this draft is going to be really important. Yrel and Stukov. Called it! Alright, so Yrel and Stukov are there. And that should lead a... I wouldn't be surprised if it's the Dehaka Mephisto. I don't think it's going to be the double pick, but it wouldn't shock me even a little bit. Yeah, I think one of the 2 is the least that we can expect here. Dehaka on this map is also quite good. You don't have to go for him. You have several other options at the bot lane. I'm not quite sure how much they are set on him for Baby Houdini. But what about Mephisto? Do they pick him again? Because I don't think that he's going to survive a 3rd ban phase. Now they go for Vala and they go for Leo. And that of course changes the equation a little bit. If you're picking Vala here, then there's so many options of what you could do. You could go for double support, maybe even pick a Uther main tank, and go for Vala auto attack. You could just simply play Vala with multi-shot though, and that would open up other playstyles. So what do you ban? Do you ban Mephisto? Do you ban Uther? Or do you ban something completely different? They ban Uther. They don't want to have that double support Vala with Uther doubling as the main tank. Which leaves Mephisto up. Could still be taken, of course, by Team Ash. That could still happen. What's the red team banning now? What are they gonna try and get rid of? Could drop another Sylvanas, alright. They're pretty much targeting Bishops a lot with the bans. They banned Hanzo, which is Bishop's hero. This is go-to. And his second, as I explained in the previous draft already, is Sylvanas in a lot of cases. So that leaves us with potential picks on the side of Lunara for damage. Junkrat is up, you could go for him. If you're going major, Gul'dan might be an option for you. And for now, it's Falstad and Cassia. Okay. Falstad and Cassia as the damage dealers. That leaves us only with Dinardo for the tank. I'm not too scared of that. So this is actually pretty... This is fairly straightforward what they're running here. But now the big question. Mephisto, yes or no? After the performance in game number 1, I would be a little bit surprised if they didn't go for it. It was incredible. He just murdered them. Especially in the later stage of the game. Rexa and Orphea. So again, no main tank here. So Orphea is interesting. But they play Leo and Rexa. They definitely have some wild draft, but at the same time, it worked for them in the past, right? So they're just sticking true to their guns. They have their own style, and they're sticking with it. We got Varian plus Stukov, so old school sniper combo. Game number 3. Can Team Ash make it? Or is Team Hype locking in another victory and moves on to the next round? We're going to find out right now. Qualifier number 3 for the X-Cup Winter. Team Ash against Team Hype. We got Renella on Stukov. Morenas on Yrel, Denado on Varian, Bishops on Cassia, and Maitri on Falstad. And, oh boy, Cloud Destroy he really wants to destroy, but Creed of the Hunter without a double support, ooh, alright. That man has some confidence here. Novin on Rexa, we got Baby Houdini on Leoric, Freaks on Rega, and Mochek on Orphea. Okay, so he goes for the Gambit. Talent on level 1. Didn't expect that without a second support, or at least a shield hero to assist them. And yeah, I mean, maybe at the end of the day, he doesn't really care too much if he loses a few Gambit stacks here, as long as they have that second damage dealer. The advantage of not running a second support is, of course, that they have with Orphea another hero that can deal damage. So as long as Cloud Destroy is playing it safe and doesn't die too often, and at least gets a few advantages out of him running that talent, they might be okay here. But it's definitely an interesting start. Already the damage, and oh boy, that could have backfired quickly. Yeah, you don't want to end up dying this early, so careful here. 5 stacks for Vala, but it's definitely a wild draft that they're running here. I mean, if it works for them, fair enough. They had already some interesting drafts in the first game, which they won. But it's definitely not the norm what we're seeing from here. It's an interesting team though. So already a little bit of an attack there. Cloud Destroy. This is a problem. Like, one of the main reasons why you're playing a double support is not only because you want to keep Vala alive. That's obviously a bit of a side effect, and it's an important one, since you don't want to lose any Gambit stacks. But the problem with that talent is that in order to be able to stack quickly, you need to be aggressive. Now, if you are aggressive and you go into the attack range all the time, then you're also presenting yourself as a target. And that's where the double support comes into play, because they allow you to be that aggressive, to be out there, and to always be in the face of your opponent's team to get those stacks together. Cloud Destroy is now in that weird spot where he only has a single support, and he still wants to get those stacks, but since he has only one support, he can't be as aggressive as he would like to be. Now, they're still plenty aggressive and definitely are getting the first kill here, but it's making it awkward for Vala to just be out there all the time. As explained, the advantage is that they have that second damage dealer, but Vala won't be able to stack as quickly as she would be able to with 2 supports, because she can't get into auto attack range time and time again. Now, either way, for now we got 1 kill to 0. We got level 4 on both sides, and that also sets our killer composition up for Varian with his taunt. But after the first kill and this little play here in the middle, they might be able to take a tower down. Eh, not quite, but they did some serious damage. 13 gems have also been... Oh, there's the taunt! Okay, and off we go. Mochek survives. Varian receives a few hits from Vala, and even Yrel was a bit too deep and got some tower damage. But still, this is now a game, or a period in the game, where you would expect Team Ash to be more aggressive and try to get Varian into a good position together with Stukov. So the red team has to be careful. We have on level 4 by now also the Death Dealer. We get the Earth Living Enchant with a Paralyzing Rage for Leoric. And they're locking this camp in, but at the same time they are losing. No, they nearly lost Leo, but he survives. Ghosts away. Yeah, fine for him. Bot lane. Freak is being taken. And they're going for Morenas too. Alright, so Yrel again on the receiving end of the beating, but this time she survives. The taunt on Rexa. And they still can't get the kill, and instead it's Cassia that falls. Cassia's down, and Denado, wow, gets saved by Yrel. That was close. Varian nearly fell, but there is a lot of momentum now for Team Hype. I gotta give them some credit with this. They have tons and tons of momentum at this point. 2 kills to 0, they open the wall up, and they really have Team Ash on the ropes in this early game. Now, this is real early in game number 3. Can always change, but kinda unprecedented. Morenas, I mean, look at him. He's having real trouble here, but Vala, no fucks given, goes way too deep, gets punished for it, and that's a stack lost. I honestly don't really know why you would do that. Even if you can get the kill, you dying makes it an advantageous trade for Team Ash. So, a little bit too trigger happy here, what we're currently seeing from Vala. 55 stacks and lost one of the Gambit stacks, so there's that. They still can try to turn in, and they have an advantage on turn-ins. But that was a bit unnecessary, I think. Yeah, if you... Don't get me wrong. If you run the momentum, then you can sometimes get away with something like this. But if you're Vala, really, was that necessary? I don't really think so. So a little bit more caution if you're going for a Gambit stack is probably a good, yeah, good advice. Anyways, we got the blue Web Weavers descending first. So despite all of their efforts, the red team failed to get the first objective. Now they need to defend. There's the taunt, and that could well be a kill. Yeah, Rhaegar is dead. No chance for Rhaegar, and it doesn't get much better than that. Team Ashe, they suffered a few deaths at the beginning, but now they got not only the kill against Vala, which is important, but they have the Web Weavers, and as the Web Weavers descend, they take down Rhaegar. So all of a sudden, there's a lot of pressure against the red team. I mean, that was also another big one. The Web Weaver with the Death Wave takes down Rexxar. The gems are recovered, so at least they were able to recover those. But they lose the bot lane very heavily. In the middle of the map, we have Baby Houdini still attempting to take the Web Weaver down. The wall has been destroyed, but up at the top, obviously, the same thing has happened now too. Level 10 is nearly ready. Team Hype, they had so much pressure against the blue team early on, but now it's the exact opposite. It's a 4 destroyed at the bottom of the map already. Level 10 in their hands. They lost a few gems at the beginning, so they can't go for the second turn in anytime soon. But the heroic ability advantage that they have could help them to push the mid lane even further. Don't think that it even gets to that because they're going for the camp first. But Team Ashe is definitely making the moves now. Level 10 for Team Hype. That's obviously when we're going to see them try to fight back here. Now that we have them also with the Eternal Feast. And Leo going for his Entomb. So if you can combo the two of them, they might just be able to get some decent damage out here. But they need to get their turn in. They have 63 gems. They didn't lose any gems, that's the important part. They lost the fort, and that's annoying. They're also taking a bit more damage at the top. It already gets pinged because they're realizing, hey guys, someone needs to take care of this. And they send Modcheck over. But they need a turn-in. The blue team getting 2 turn-ins in a row, that would be a big problem. Leonardo is chasing out. There, on the other hand, the Eternal Feast, there we go. Renella gets attacked, is able to make it out finally, but that was a really nice combo. Problematic for them was only that they couldn't follow up with any additional damage from any other hero. If they would have been able to kill Stukov here, that should have secured them a turn-in. Without a support, it's tricky to go into these team fights, and I don't think that Team Ashe would have risked it. Now they're trying to block them out with Misha again to get some easy damage off against Varian. Hasn't worked out so far, and Misha dies once more. There's still Siege Giants at the bot lane that are also starting to attack. And look at Bishops. He is diving it so deep. Yeah, Self-Ancestral on Rhaegar again. He's trying to make his way out and is getting away. Vala, on the other hand, gets taunted and dies again, despite the fact that she was now able to get herself another stack on the level 1. She also lost a Gambit stack, but Maitri dies, and Renato might die too. He's able to get out. Where is he? Yeah, Baby Houdini is still going for a few slows. They're also trying to make a play for Morenas. Leo gets healed here. Oh boy. 4 kills to 3. Those Siege Giants made it all the way to the keep wall, by the way. They are all the way at the bottom right, and so far nobody has moved down there to deal with it. Gem count 73. Leo is finally defending the bot lane. 73 gems for Team Hype. Yeah, and Morena's is back at the top. Oh boy, these maps here between these two, honestly. 22,000 damage against 27,000 damage. The top damage healers on both sides. Another fort is about to fall, and Leo is sneaking in the turn-in at the bot lane. They save the fort for now. Baby Houdini, he delivers, and that gives them their first Web Weaver wave. Now Misha pays the price again, but she'll be back. She always is. So level 13 will be ready for Team Ashe. It should honestly be there for Team Hype too. So I don't think they're going to have a problem with the minion wave at the top being decimated by Orphea. They're going to have their talent. But this is obviously now the moment where you have to do a little bit of work as well if you're Team Hype, or you're going to run into real problem. It's the next... Oh, there maybe. 1 star. Eternal Feast is in. Alright, they got a little bit more out of this, but it's not enough. Good damage, zoned them out, moved them back, bought some time for the Web Weavers, but not really threatening a kill yet. Forced them to tap the fountain, so that's a bit of a win. They open the wall up. But can they get more than that? I honestly am not sure. It doesn't really look like it, does it now? Level 13, ready for both. Urel is already moving in, potentially. Could start to go for the jump here, and does. Wants to go for Rhaegar. Can't really hit him. Morena's already getting attacked, and Mocek was ready for some extra damage. Talking about it, that's a nice Entomb. But the cooldown for the jump was back up, and that saves Urel at the end of the day. Now, she had her ult up too, so she could have used that. 2 of the forts took damage, but none of it was destroyed. Both teams have now enough gems for a turn-in. Now, 1-for-1 turn-ins. Did somebody just fat finger an ability, or what happened here? But yeah, do they let them actually turn in? It seems like it. Nobody's contesting that. Alright. So, blue team is getting their next objective. Birdie? Falls dead? If they would have been able to stun him here, he would have died. Yeah, that could have been bad. That could have been really bad. Falls dead for a second, I really thought he would end up in the KFC bucket. All those chicken wings. But no, this time he makes it out. Misha's dead again. Honestly, some people have probably already reported Rexa for animal abuse. I mean, he's dying way... Misha's dying way too often. Sent into battle over and over again. PETA has been informed. Yeah, they don't like it either. But now we have another defense. And keep in mind, they got enough gems to turn in. Unless they get killed, yeah? And Vala is already in trouble, and she's dead. She's not the only one. Mocek is dead too. If they can prevent the gems from being captured, that would be the dream. And yeah, most of the gems are already gone. Ah, sorry. Rexa got a few. He didn't get all of them, but he got a few. This is still a disaster for Team Hype. They fought so well to make sure that they have a chance to end this series in their favor. First game was great, second was also decent. Now they lost all their forts and they are about to lose a keep too. 6 seconds for Vala or Fia to come back. Level 16 talents are available for Team Ash. And the keep is down. Keep in the mid lane destroyed. 110 stacks for Vala. Right now we got 32,000 damage for Fia. And even with the boss, I mean, even with the wall here, they just move for boss. They have level 60 talents, no problem for them. There's 103 gems, 104 for Team Hype. They honestly could turn in now. They should be aware that the boss is taken and could go for the trade. Boss against turn-in. They go for the turn-in, by the way, but they go for it a little bit late. And thanks to my try flying in, they can deny that. So that's annoying. That's really annoying for them. Normally in a situation like this, when you know your opponent is going to go for boss, you just go for the turn-in, you trade the boss defense for the gems, and then you deal with that. But now they were denied that opportunity, so the top push is going to be annoying, because the red team will have to face off against all of them. Yep, there we go. It's going to be a 5-man push with boss, straight up for the keep. Second keep of the game. Vala has Manticore, finally. Vana has Manticore. She died twice. Twice or 3 times. I honestly don't remember. But yeah, so she has Manticore. That's going to be great for her. Leo's already moving back, but as you can tell, the keep is not going to make it. They're pushing this back without problems. Second keep goes down. And this just brings Team Ash in a dominant position in game number 3. Unless Team Hype is able to win a few team fights soon, this should be a victory for the blue team. On the other hand, I don't want to count Team Hype out just yet. They had so many big fights in Game 1 and Game 2 where they brought themselves back into the game, were able to win a battle and then capitalize on it, that I wouldn't put it past them to pull that off once more. They turn in right now, and that is big. Now, keep in mind, they have enough gems for a double turn-in. Do they still? I'm not so sure. I actually think they don't right now anymore. No, they don't. Oh, not like this! The heal! Rhaegar! No! No! That is a disaster. That turn-in was so important. Them getting some value here was absolutely crucial. But we have Stukov down. So Rhaegar died, but so did Stukov. Maybe they can still salvage this one. Yeah, Leo is dead, and we have Maitrai going up against Mocek. The Web Weavers are obviously pushing, but it seems like now it's an easy defense. Yeah, Rexa is gonna die too. He's trying to fake his death again. That never worked before, and it won't work here either. and that's also 24, 25 gems lost. So right now it's 10 kills against 4, level 19 against level 17. And it should be a fairly easy defense now for the blue team. Yeah, they're defending in the middle. They already had Falstad dealing with the bot lane push. And right now Urel is the only one that still needs to do some work here up at the top. 2 keeps are already down. 20 is incredibly close, and they got enough gems for another turn in. So for now, what we should see here is Team Ash getting those camps, pushing for the turn in, get level 20, and then try and finish it with the next Web Weaver wave. That's what they should try and do. But as you can see, battle is already starting. They're trying to get the drop on them. It was a bit of a trap against the blue team, but Team Ash didn't completely fall for it. Morenas. There's the Gust into the corner. They have level 20. They want to fight. They get it, and they take down Leo. They take down Vala. And now they just need to turn in. Seems like they don't even go for the turn in, but it would be the safer play, and they fall back. There's such a big gap in experience now. With level 20 versus level 17, you won't be able to bridge that anytime soon. So the blue Web Weavers, they are descending now. They're already pushing out every single lane here. Try to go for also Misha again. It's actually kind of interesting that they're even pushing for the bot lane. I would have expected them to go for the core right away. Easy kill against Mochek. Orphea is down. They tried. Team Hype honestly put up a hell of a fight in this series. And especially in game number 2, I wouldn't have put it past them to decide the series in their favor with the 2-0. But on map 3, Team Ash just played a much more dominant game. They're now looking at level 20 versus 18 in a moment, and objective pushing, and they're just farming them here. 14 kills to 4. They're going just full-on farming simulator at this. Great play by them. That Gust didn't do jack shit, but it doesn't matter anymore, I think. Web Weavers are pushing in. They even hit level 21. The bottom keep obviously is fully exposed. The taunt, the lurking arm follow-up. Leo again in trouble, trying to get away from this one. Baby Houdini, he's doing what he can, but there's just no denying it. The game's over. Team Ash, they advance to the grand final of qualifier number 3 for the X Cup Winter.